We are continuing the chapter, but it's the next portion. We'll see now how to prepare sales book. So what are the two conditions you have to check in sales book? It should be credit sale of goods. You can write those two conditions now. It should be credit sale of goods. That means immediately you will not receive the payment. Such transactions are called credit sale. Then second condition is that it must be something in which the firm deals in, or it must be something in which the firm uses to manufacture goods. So it can be any raw material. Okay, like we discussed that timber example which is used for making furniture. So here instead of purchases you have to see whether it is sale transaction, whether it is credit sales, and it must be related to your business. So again the format is same, only one column is having difference, that is we have a column like invoice number, invoice number is same, it is in purchases return book, we have a difference. Here it is the same format. So you drew the same format, date, particulars, invoice number, LF, details, amount, exactly same like your purchases book. There is no change. Okay, so we'll do that. This is illustration number 4 given on page number 11.9. Give the heading, now it is sales book or sales journal. You write sales journal also. When you write the heading, put a slash and write sales book or sales journal. The preparation is same like your purchases book. Write seller's name. Sorry, here it's not seller, from whom you purchased. Here we are selling, so to whom we are selling the goods. That means customer's name would be mentioned in the question that you have to write there. Sold to Mrs. Gayatri T. Assam. Did you see? So Gayatri team, that is the customer's name. That's what you have to write here. March 1st. The date is 2020, March 1st. Mrs. Gayatri T. Assam, and see whether it is credit transaction. Sold to, and the name is mentioned, so it is on credit, and the item must be related to your business. It is 3 chests of tea, that is 3 boxes of tea. Then you have purchased Amul butter. Then the item is again the tea which you have sold, not purchased. Accidentally I am saying it as purchases since we have just finished purchases book. It is sale here, sales book we are doing. Yeah, the third transaction is also tea, that's again related to your business. Okay, so the first one we can write now. Invoice number is 2005 that you write, and under this customer's name you write the item you sold, 3 chests of tea, the rate of rupees 5,000 per chest. So the details column, it will be 5 into 3, 5,000 into 3, 15,000. Then the next item is, okay, only one item is there, then less trade discount. Less trade discount at the rate of 5%. Compute the figure, 5% you have to compute on 15,000. 15,000 into 5 by 100. So that is 750 which you have to less from this 15,000. Do we have any packing charges? Nothing is there. So outer column you can write the figure 14,250. Draw a line in particulars column. Then moving on to the next transaction. On March 4th, sold to Mrs. Mohan and Sons. Their place is Kolkata. Invoice number 2006. Uh, 20 kilogram Amul butter at 250. Then there is trade discount again at the rate of 5%. So less trade discount 5%, that is 5 into 5, 250, 5000 into 5 by 100. That's how you have to compute. So less this, you write the figure in the outer column, 4750. Then the third one, March 5th, that is again related to your business, and that is a credit transaction, credit sale. So that also you can record here. Mrs. Gary and Sons. Gary Sons. Okay, Gary Sons. Delhi. Invoice number 2007. 20 kg SMT at the rate of rupees 600 per kg. Then trade discount. Okay, in this transaction we have freight and packing charges also that we have to add later after discount. So it is 600 into 2, 12,000. Then trade discount at the rate of 5 again. So less trade discount, the rate of 5%, that is 600. The balance you can't write in amount column, we have something to be added. So write in the details column itself. Then we'll add freight and packing charges. Freight and packing charges, how much it is? 1600. So that will be 12,000. Yeah, that's over. Sorry, this is not 12,000, that is 13,000. Yeah, it will be 3 here, 13,000. Transactions are not over. Sorry, we have 2 more transactions. Yeah, did you see the transaction on March 6th? Salt 10 kg Amul butter. So it is something in which the firm deals in. To Ganguly Brothers, name is mentioned in the question, but specifically they have written one word, one term, that is for cash. Though the customer's name is mentioned, along with that they have said it is for cash. That means you have to consider it as a cash transaction. It shouldn't be recorded, it should not be recorded in this book, sales book. So it's a cash transaction. Then on March 7th, so that particular transaction you can't record it, exclude it. Sold office furniture to Raman and Company for 10,000, can we record? It is a credit transaction. First condition is satisfied, but the item is office furniture. We are selling tea and butter here in this firm. So office furniture means not related to your business, again excluded. Both conditions must be satisfied for you to record a transaction in sales book, or in purchases book also the same thing. Okay, so the last 2 transactions you can't record, you have to exclude those 2. Now the question is over, just add your amount column, all the figures you have written in the amount column you add. So you will get the total of amount column as 32,000. Yeah, that is 14,250, 4,750 and 13,000. Then in particulars column you can write this is the total of sales. So write sales account, and usually sales account will be having a credit balance. isn't it? So for sales you must write CR. For purchases we wrote DR. And here the date can be March 31st, that is the month end. So this is how we have to do sales book. The format is exactly same like purchases book. Next we will move on to purchases return book. You give the heading purchases return book or returns outward book. Purchases return book or returns outward book. That means first we purchase, now we are returning it back to the seller. So that is moving out from the business. So it is returns outward or purchases return. Both terms you must be familiar with. So the meaning is you would have purchased some goods on credit basis first. You means the firm would have purchased and now we are returning those goods back to the seller. Certain times there can be situations like that when the items they sold are substandard items or some defects are there for the goods they sold. So for being defective we will return the goods back to the seller. But the point is first you would have purchased it on credit. Suppose you purchased it on cash, can we record it? No. You should have purchased first on credit basis and now we are returning it back to the seller. That's called purchases return or returns outward. And again it must be something in which the firm deals in. It must be related to your business. So we will work out illustration 6. Again that is having the same format, but instead of invoice number we have a different column. That's the only difference. So we will write purchases return book. We are going to work out illustration 6. Give the heading purchases return book or returns outward book. And the format is date, particulars. Instead of invoice number you must write debit note number. Again the column will be blank. Then all other columns are similar to previous two books. Details and amount, LF details amount. So this is the only difference. Instead of invoice number in purchases return book we have debit note number column. Again debit note means it is a source document or supporting document just like invoice or just like bills and receipts which is a proof of the transaction which shows the amount at which you have purchase the item or you have sold the item. Here it is purchase the item because it is purchasing and now we are returning, and the source document which you have to use is debit note number instead of invoice number. Rest everything is same. Preparation is also same. There is no change. You have to first write to whom we are returning. Return 2 washing machines purchased from Mrs. Manohar Electronics. Do you see that? So you have to write first their name, Mrs. Manohar Electronics. Jan 10th you are returning. See whether it is related to your business. Okay, first you return 2 washing machines. Then you have return 6 pen drives. Directly it is not related, but see it is to the same seller you are returning, Manohar Electronics. So both are related transactions and you can record it here. So you write message. What is their name? Manohar Electronics. Two washing machines. The rate of rupees 7,000 per machine. So 7 into 2, 14,000. Then the next is Jan 24th pen drives. It's again to the same seller you are returning. From this you have to less trade discount and all. So write less trade discount at the rate of 20%. So that is 2,800. The balance you can write in the amount column, that is 11. 200. Then the next one on Jan 24th, messes the same seller. To the same seller you are returning. Messes Sonica Electro. Sorry, it's not to the same seller. Previously we returned to Manohar Electronics. Now we are returning to Sonica Electronics. It's electronic items again. So 6 pen drives. Since it is electronic items, you can write here itself at the rate of ₹1,000 each. So it is 6,000. Is there any item to be added or deducted with that? Okay, nothing is there. There is no trade discount. There is no packing charges. Nothing is there. So directly you can write the amount in the amount column. That's not in the details column. But in case if you write in the details column also, that's fine. Write your amount 6,000 in the details column. Again you write in the amount column. This is also correct. Or you need not write that figure in the details column. Directly you write in the outer column. Both are correct. Okay. Now you can add your amount column. The transactions are only 2 transactions, no? Yeah, only 2 transactions. Now you can add this amount column which is 17,200. Now double line this figure. Here you must write month end, that is Jan 31st, date is Jan 31st, and here you must write purchases return account. Which balance will it be having? We know that purchases being an expense. See, purchasing means always an expense, because when you purchase, the amount is moving out from the firm, the cash is moving out. So purchasing is always an expense, we debited it. Purchases return must be having the credit balance. So it must be written as CR. Now you can close the format. Okay. So this is how you have to do purchases return book. What is the difference? You just have to write debit note number instead of invoice number. All other conditions, all other preparation, all other steps are same like previous books. Everywhere it is same. That's what I told in the beginning. This chapter is very easy, but there are chances for you to make careless mistakes. So be careful while you enter the transactions, while you record it, and while you compute the figures. We will do one more question, that is from sales return book. Now we did purchases return book. Next you give the heading sales return book or returns inward book. Sales return book or returns inward. That means you would have solved it first on credit basis and now they are returning it back. So it is coming again into the business. So it is returns inward, returns outward and returns inward. You should be familiar with these two words. Don't get confused. You solved it first on credit basis and now they are returning. Goods are coming into the business again. So it is returns inward. Understood? So again the conditions are same. It must be something on which, it must be something in which the firm deals in. It must be related to the business and you would have solved first on credit basis. So illustration 7 we will work out now. Give the heading sales return book or returns inward book. Instead of invoice number, in purchases return book we wrote debit note number. In sales return book the supporting document is, or the source document is, credit note number. Then columns are same, that is LF column we have, details column and then amount column. And the first one is goods returned by Ganga, Prasad and company. That means we had sold goods to them earlier on credit basis because the name is mentioned and now they are returning it. And the first item is table fans, the next is room cooler, so that is related to your business. 2020 April 6. The same procedure, the same steps. Ganga, Prasad and company, Delhi. 2 table fans at the rate of ₹1000 each. So that is 2000. There is no invoice number, nothing is given. Then less trade discount. At the rate of 15%, so compute 15% of 2000, which is 300. So the balance, do we have any packing charges? No. So the balance you can write in the amount column, 1700. Here also you drew a line in particulars column. The next item is the room cooler, which is returned by Prabhat Electricals. So write April 12th, Prabhat Electricals. The item is, okay, the place is Agra and the item is room cooler, 1 room cooler, and the amount is 4250. Nothing is to be added or deducted from that amount. So directly you can write that 4250 in your amount column. See, actually here you have a LF column. I had drawn it in the beginning, but later when I continued the format, yeah, I forgot to draw that column here. You just extend the same lines, okay? Invoice number, LF details, amount, you must have all these columns. When I continued, I forgot the invoice number column and all. Room cooler, yes, the amount we recorded, no, yes, 4250, directly you can write in the amount column. Now add your amount column, only 2 figures we have, so 5950. Double line this total. Here you can write against total, you can write this is sales return or returns inward account, you can write. You must write it as DR because sales account is having a credit balance, because selling something means you are getting an income. It's an income, so sales account must be credited, sales return must be debited. It is the opposite always. So one, you just have to remember that purchases will be debited, sales will be credited. And for purchases return, sales return, you give the reverse. And this is April 30th, the last date. Now you can close. Okay. So now we have worked out all 4 types of special purpose books other than cash book. Purchases, sales, purchases return, sales return. The preparation is almost same everywhere. Not almost, it is exactly the same. But columns, there are differences in purchases return and sales return. Purchases return, you must write debit note number. Sales return, you must write credit note number. Rest everything is same. The preparation is same. So do it carefully.